What's happening? Yeah, what's happening? What's that? That's it, you got it.
What is up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of What's Happening. This is the weekly web series where I fill you guys in on the blanks here on the YouTube Burndown channel. So, first and foremost, here is the Malibu sweatshirt. And we got the little Uncle Gus on here doing a little modeling for you guys, huh? I would say it's a little small because I think this is a large, and I'm not a very big dude. So if you're gonna order one and you like stuff kind of bigger, I would say go with the next size available. I think after I wash this, it'll be kind of small, but that is my advice with this. The shirt seems okay. I don't know. I don't even know if I've worn the shirt yet, but it doesn't really do me any good to wear it here because the print's on the back. I guess I wear my shirt backwards, but then you guys would just think I'm an idiot. So this stuff is in. The merch is available. And just so you know, any piece of merch, stickers, all of that stuff, if you purchase anything from the web store, if you missed the other episode that I put up, 100% of the proceeds. So whatever the cost of this thing is, the money that I make off of it. So if a hat is like 15 bucks or the shirt's 15 bucks, whatever it is, I think I make between $3 to $5 per piece of item or whatever, article of clothing or whatever it is. So we're gonna donate that to the Cups for Kids. I'll get into that. Maybe on the next What's Happening video, we'll kind of start ramping that thing up. I'll showcase, I have a few cups I've done for my wife, and I have one for myself, so I can kind of showcase that and show you guys what that is for those of you that are not familiar with it. But yeah, well, I'm still kind of trying to figure that out. I'm really busy. I've got the Mustang that I've been working on in here. I've got the Malibu that we'll talk about in a little bit, and then I still have the Twinnebago sitting on the back burner. So I have more than enough work to do, although I still would like to, do the Cups for Kids thing. Anyways, I got a piece of mail, so I figured I would open this, and it's funny because I started to open it. This is from Raymond Christ, and he's at Land O'Lakes, Florida. So he hit me up, said he wanted to send me something, so I figured I'd open it on here with you guys and share it real quick, and we can kind of get you updated on the Malibu and a couple other things. But let's see what you sent me. All right. Sweet. All right. I got some stickers. Quarantine built COVID-19 2020 garage time. Very cool. I think I've actually seen these, so I must follow you somewhere. I've seen it on the channel or something. I have these stickers for sale. I've got them on eBay and Facebook. Feel free to pass these out as you see fit. Thank you, Ray. So he sent me that. And yeah, so his YouTube channel, I would advise that you just use a little bit more legible font, dude. So I think it's HPT Q Junkie. So there is his YouTube. And then I'm sure if you look up, I'll show you again, that it's quarantine built stickers. Those are pretty cool. I think I'm gonna have to throw one down on the Malibu for sure. Maybe we'll hit the guys up considering you gave me a few of them. Thank you very much, brother. I don't know what they cost, but yeah, go get yourself a sticker. And then that way when you finish your project, because you hopefully have some time to finish it, you can slap this on there and people know that you hunkered down and you didn't just hide from the rest of the world. Anyways, speaking of a segue, that's a perfect segue for quarantine built stuff. We are working on the Malibu. So last weekend, I didn't have the greatest weekend. I felt like I was kind of behind. And then when I film the videos, it takes a little bit longer to do normal stuff than it would, actually take me. That's why usually during the week, I only get a few hours after I work here before the sun kind of goes down. I have to have dinner and all that stuff. But it's I can't even talk. It's uninterrupted work time, and it's just get as much stuff as I can done, and then it's time to have dinner. Well, weekends and filming, and for any of you guys that have tried to film, you know that it takes a process that makes it even slower because you have to be thoughtful of, hey, maybe I should film this, or I should talk about this. You kind of start doing stuff, and you're like, wait a minute. And I know for me, I've streamlined it a bit, but it still just takes me a lot longer to do something than it should when I'm filming for you guys. So that way the video kind of makes sense, because otherwise it's just kind of random or it skips too far forward. So with that long-winded excuse being said, I didn't film at all last weekend, and I had the video of doing the bodywork on the hood in the pipe because I did a bunch of other stuff and I just didn't have it edited. So I just cheated and I put that as last week's video. So for anybody that follows on Instagram, you know that I'm much further, that we have high build actually on that hood now. And then I started to put, I was gonna sneeze. I started to put filler on the car where we patchwork and the whole thing together. So as of this evening, I actually have 2 rounds. So I put one big thick coat of cake batter and then I knocked it down, and then I could see obviously where it was still low or whatever. So I just did a whole nother round. I didn't really shape anything. I'm just trying to pack it on like I showed you guys with the hood. So after 2 rounds, it's not looking too bad. I don't even have a gallon of Bondo on it, which is pretty impressive considering all the hackery that I've done. And again, we're not looking for show car flat. It just, I don't care if it has some wiggles, it just has to be smooth for the most part. The paint job should be busy enough, so it's like one of those things. I mean, you can just look at it for what it is. And I feel like what I'm really trying to do is I just want to make kind of an iconic looking car that's not just the average blue car or whatever it is. So little kids, like my son's age, maybe a little bit older or younger, will look at it and just think that it's a cool car and they want to see it. Or maybe somebody, you know, draws attention, they have questions, and, you know, I can interact with people, because that's honestly what this whole thing is about, drag racing and bringing you guys along on the channel and all that fun stuff. So it should be an attention grabber, whether you love it or hate it. You should be able to kind of pick it out of a lineup, and I think it'll be fun. So I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, the other thing with last weekend too is I was betting, because I was going to film on Sunday, and I had all that built up rust from the car sitting open for weeks as I stripped each and every panel and then ran all the issues. Well, it had built rust up pretty much over the whole car and on the panels where the moisture would sit in the morning, the morning dew and whatnot. So I have to strip all that off. I had to clean the panels before I could primer it. And a guy in here mentioned if you do one panel at a time, it's a little easier. And in hindsight, that's what I would recommend. Like if you just strip the whole roof, you could just primer that, and then you can move on to the next panel. And it might look a little bit patchy, but at least you're protecting it as you go. As where I had to go back, and I'm like, oh, I'll just zip it down real quick. Well, I'm out there zipping it down, and it starts raining. It hasn't rained in months here in California, and it wasn't a bad rain, but it was enough to where it was like sprinkling, and then it started kind of like dripping off of stuff. And I put my Easy Up out there, and about halfway through the day, I thought about filming myself working on the thing in the rain, and then I was like, man, if it doesn't stop raining and I strip this thing and then it basically gets rained on and I come back out tomorrow and it's rusted again, yeah, I really don't want to watch a video of me out there on Struggle Street and then I get all the way done and strip it back down and come out tomorrow because it had rained on my car and it was all rusted again. So I opted not to film it, but because I'm a betting man and I'm stubborn, right by the afternoon when I kind of started to get everything kind of stripped down, the sun kind of came out, and then that really put wind back in my sails, and then I got after it, and it was late, and I was like, oh, and I didn't want to wait till Monday. I'm like, you know what, it's Sunday. If I don't get this thing primed, then I've got to work, and I don't have time, and then it's just all going to go to hell again. So I just stayed out there, and it was a long day, but I got that thing in prime, so I can put a picture up on the screen, kind of show you where we're at with the hood and with the prime on the car. And then now with the epoxy prime on it, I scuff all that down and I do my body work over the top of that. So I will show you guys how to shoot some high build primer and some epoxy and things like that. Maybe the next round after we have the fill work kind of done and I blend it all in and throw, you know, some high build over that. I can go over that with you guys. It's not as pressing. Hopefully it's not raining that day and getting all crazy, but yeah, so we're a little off on videos from what I have done and, you know, what I'm showing you guys. But the other thing, too, I want to mention on the channel is if you noticed the video this past week, so this is the second talking head video I did this week, but it was 3 steps to an LS swap. It was a really quick video where I basically just covered in how I break my swaps down into like 3 separate parts. I got into a little bit of stuff, but I really wasn't specific, and it was more of a just a beginner kind of, this is how you would go about doing it. You break it down to these sections. I may take each section and break it down further into maybe some components and things that I've used or what I like to do for each one. We'll see how much traction the thing gets, but ultimately, I want to make a video and then title it and then put it up. So now if I go and I search, the thing pops up. So that's really kind of what I was looking to do. And then I wanted something that was kind of, for a better lack of term, it was clickbaity. It's something that somebody who's interested in, like an LS swap, they could click and watch and kind of get a feel for what we're doing here on the channel. So once a week, I'm going to do a talking head video on some sort of talking point. It'll be either opinion or I'll share some knowledge if I have any, but probably it's going to be opinion. But I have several topic ideas. I just keep writing them down throughout the day when I have time. So when those pop up, if you guys want to watch them, that's great. If not, don't think that's what the entire channel is turning into. But for what it is, that's kind of how YouTube works when you're small. You have to be searchable, and then people have to find you. And then if they like the content, they'll stick around. If not, they don't. So I feel at this point, if I can get the channel in front of enough people, that it'll build hopefully a little bit faster. And then my retirement plan of YouTube will happen before I'm like 87 years old, hopefully, which I got like 47 years to go. But that is that. So yeah, we're not getting all super clickbaity. If you guys want to troll me on there, leave comments if you like it. If you don't, if you have ideas, let me know. I'm thinking the next one, because my car's blown apart and I have my turbo sitting here and like my turbo components, I may go over like, these are the components you need to turbo your LS build, because I know turbo LS is a hot topic. And then considering I have literally all the components to showcase, I've got injectors and I got stuff and I could show people and kind of explain, you know, at least what's on my setup and what they could do. I think that may be the next video. So other than that, thank you very much for the stickers, dude. Again, let me see if I can get you HPT. I don't know. I don't know if that's a Q or a J. So go check it out. Grab yourself some stickers. I appreciate the fan mail. I appreciate you guys following along. Like I said, we'll do a little more clickbaity stuff, but ultimately I'm not going to make it too terribly cheesy. I just want stuff that people can find, come to the channel, and then hopefully they stick around. Other than that, you guys know what to do. Like, subscribe, share. I'm out.